Let me get on my phone. So today, it's just me, and I have a little help from our team leader, Michaela. She'll be reading off questions for us. But today we're actually going to be talking about protective styling, how to go about doing protective styling so that you can retain length and not damage your hair, both before and after taking out your, after enduring your protective styles. So I'm going to help by looking along on my phone for questions as well. So I don't know. You guys let me know if you hear a what you call that thing, like an echo. So how is everyone doing today? It's Friday. Fridays come up so fast.
Yes, they do.
It is absolutely crazy. So I'll just get started, and if there are any questions, you all can feel free to ask. So the first thing that we want to talk about with protective styling, I recently posted a post that was centered all around this. The first thing that you want to make sure that you're doing with protective styling so that you know it'll be, protective and beneficial to your hair is making sure that before you put the hairstyle in, you're laying a good foundation. So you're getting a wash, you're getting a condition, you're making sure that your hair is detangled well. And with that, we're not detangling on dry hair. We're using something that can really benefit, like getting through our curls and getting through, if we have coily or kinky hair especially, we want to make sure that we're not snapping off our hair in the detangling process. So you want to make sure that you have something that can really glide through your hair and detangle it well. So that's like one of the foundations to it, making sure that our hair is moisturized under our protective style. And we have everything that you need here to make sure that you're getting your moisture, whether it's our hydrating hair mist here, or it is, our stimulating hair and scalp balm that is a butter-based product that adds moisture. Whatever it is, we're making sure that we're locking in moisture before we actually put the hairstyle in. So that is the foundation. Gone are the days of sitting in your stylist chair and she's just braiding, or they're just braiding your hair with no moisture, no moisture involved, okay?
Delta Girl 427 said, I want to show my results after a month of use. How do I send the pics?
You can DM me. So you can DM us. We're always taking DMs. Like, that's like the best part of really the whole situation.
Charger 1, Challenger 2 said, how do I properly use the edge control?
Okay, so the edge control, this is it right here. The first thing that you want to do is make sure that you're applying your edge control to like clean hair or hair that has been wiped down. I actually have the edge control on my edges today. And so the best thing to do is make sure that your hair is clean. You don't have any oils in it. You can have some moisturizer, have your hair moist or damp. And you would just apply a little bit, like really doesn't take much at all, like a small amount onto your damp hair, slick it down, and you can brush it in. And for the best results, we recommend tying it down for a couple of minutes, whether it's like 10-15 minutes. You really get like a really good hold that way, and a good just a nice finish that way.
Lashed Out by Lay said, hi, do you offer wholesale?
Yes, we offer wholesale, and you can inquire about wholesale on our website, www.baskinlauderdco.com, and send in your inquiry form, and somebody will get back to you about it.
Top Nails by Annie said, I'm almost bald. I've been dealing with premenopause, and I'm losing all my hair. Please help.
The best thing for any hair loss, like drastic thinning, balding, is going to be our scalp stimulator. This is our jumbo size. We also have it in a smaller size. This jumbo lasts about 1 to 2 months. The smaller size lasts about 1 month. And basically what you would do is apply this to your trouble area once or twice daily. Massage it in for like 3 to 5 minutes. And if somebody's calling us. And if you want to go the extra mile, you can massage it in for about 10 minutes. And keep it on the phone, and they're not letting know. Whoever's calling. And so to the rest of your scalp, you would apply it 3 to 5 times a week. So once or twice daily to the trouble areas, 3 to 5 times a week on the rest of the scalp.
Someone on TikTok, Aaliyah off Daza, they said, "Are y'all both diabetic?"
No.
Are you diabetic?
Mm-mm. Or is that, maybe that was to the person who was asking the question.
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay. So let's see. Someone said, "I have 4C hair. How do I make sure the product doesn't sit on top of my head?" MH0798 asked that question.
All of the products are pretty light, actually. I also have 4C hair, and I use basically everything from the line. What I will say is, because like with 4C hair, it takes sometimes a while for your hair to actually start to absorb the moisture. I always kind of go a little further than maybe someone who would have curly hair would use, like maybe the hydrating mist, just so that I can make sure that my hair is really soaking it up. And if I'm coming back to do like freshen ups throughout the week, then I would just spray like a couple of spritzes, if that makes sense. And if you want to make sure that you're working in the product, you can be sure to use like our detangler brush that really helps you to work it in. Let me see if I'm missing anything.
Delta Girl 427 also asks, "Does the gel have any hair growth or moisturizing properties to keep encouraging growth?"
So the edge control actually has thickening properties. So while, other edge controls can claim to help lay your hair down, ours actually helps to lay your hair down and also thickens your edges too. So you kind of are getting 2 for, the price of 1. So definitely helps to thicken edges.
Key Cachet, "Does the oils work for all types of alopecia?"
Yes, they do. And again, we recommend to really do the massaging so that you can really really awaken your hair follicles, especially for those people that haven't had hair growth in certain areas for a while. And so before we get into another question, I'm going to go down on my list about protective styling so that we can make sure that we're hitting a lot of those points. And if you're just joining us, please be sure to use our code EDGES23. And with that code, you'll be able to get 23% off of everything in our store. You can order online until 11:59 tonight, Eastern Standard Time. So I've had people send messages about they missed the mark for the deal, and it's because they're in a different time zone. So we're really dealing in Eastern Standard Time here. So if you want the deal, you want to make sure that you're working in our time zone. So we went over detangling as an important step before. We went over moisturizing and a clean scalp as an important step before. And really having a clean scalp is also going to make sure that your hair follicles are not blocked, so that, as your hair can really grow, right? So you're giving your hair a really good chance to grow because the follicles are not blocked. And one thing that we actually, when I was coming up with this live with my supervisor, who's our CEO, we talked about how a lot of people don't know that you can actually wash your hair while it's in a protective style. So if you have box braids, or you have even cornrows, or you have especially knotless box braids, they can go through a lot of washing. You can wash, condition your hair, and treat your hair just the same way that you would if it were loose. So that's something really important to make sure our scalps are clean, so we're giving our hair the best fighting chance to grow while we're not dealing with it, right? While we're not touching it and dealing with it too much. So I'm just looking at the questions.
Cherry Redbone 324, "On average, how long does it take to see results?"
About 3 months. Some people see results a little sooner, but we say give the products about 3 months, especially the when it comes to the scalp stimulator, definitely give it that amount of time. But again, like if you were on last week's lives, I talked about how I started using the shampoo conditioner combo, and that felt like it was almost instantly that I saw less shedding. Like within a month, I saw less shedding to my natural hair, where whenever I would be washing my hair, I have really kinky hair. I would see all like little pieces of hair all over my shower. But like since using our shampoo conditioner, my hair is definitely stronger and I'm losing less hair, especially after washing. So it's gonna vary between person to person.
I know we just had this question about alopecia, but Triplet 47 and Miss No One Certified both asked, does these products help for scarring alopecia?
Yes, it does. We've had a lot of customers who've had scarring alopecia who have seen really good results. So yes, and you would do the same process with the alopecias and like hair loss due to like the traction alopecia and things like that. You want to make sure that you're not skipping the massaging, because that'll give you an extra kind of boost to the hair growth.
Yours truly, Marcia. I just purchased the Healthy Hair Starter Kit for hair thinning / loss to my edges. I currently have in a weave and also 4C hair. How do I use the product weekly?
Okay, so it would be the same process, and I'm guessing if you're saying that you have a weave, maybe it's like a sew-in. So for me, and if I was in that position, I would definitely do the same process. So I'm washing and conditioning my hair. I'm moisturizing it, like so spraying my braids, putting my scalp stimulator, the hair elixir. But I think the key for like when you have a weave in, you don't want to like not let that weave dry completely, right? Because we all know that when there's like excess moisture, especially, you know, on our scalp, like if we're going to the gym or we're doing all these different things, you want to make sure that you're letting the braids dry too. So maybe you sit under a dryer after you detangle the hair, or maybe you even put like the dryer to your tracks to make sure that everything is dry there. But you can definitely use our line on a weave and that type of protective style. So let me just take through and see where I left off. So when we're thinking about taking out our protective style, we know that hair can be kind of crazy after we take down our protective style. Like we can have some, you know, tangling that goes on sometimes depending on how you've been upkeeping your hair, some dryness. So we want to make sure that we're still doing the same process of being sure to detangle. And one thing that we recommend is using our the hydrating hair mist after taking your hair out to help detangle it, so that all of the hair that you were able to grow and like all of the hair that you were able to thicken when you had your protective style, and you don't want to lose that progress. So you definitely want to make sure that you're like lubricating your hair like with some moisture, so that you can make sure you're not losing too much hair after that process, after the takedown process, if that makes sense. So let me see if I can see any, because the questions go really fast. So if you're getting any new information that is helping you, I would like to see some hearts in the comments, or you can press the heart reaction if you're getting any new information that you feel is helpful.
I just had a question. Let me look for her. Brenda Walla, can you leave the conditioner in your hair?
Yes, you can, and I actually just saw that question. You can definitely leave the conditioner in your hair for the amount of time. I believe this is like a 5 to 10 minute conditioner. So you can follow the instructions just as they are on the bottle, even with your protective style.
Marie World Adventures just joined. Can a pregnant woman use this product, and is it for all kinds of hair?
Yes, pregnant women can use the products, and it is for all types of hair, just with any finer hair textures, so finer, curlier, or straight hair textures. When it comes to the oil-based products, we recommend like letting the product stay in your hair at least 24 hours before wash day, because we know with some finer textures you may be washing a little bit more than someone that has like a more like kinkier texture. So definitely leave the oil-based products in your hair for at least 24 hours so that you can get the benefits of the ingredients.
Miss Spalding 91. I have alopecia. I have locks. How do I treat it? I brought the product, but I had the scalp oil, but I'm not sure if I'm using it right.
Okay, so for the scalp oil, which is our scalp stimulator that comes in the jumbo or the smaller size, you're gonna just kind of use it as so once or twice daily, right? Applying it to the troubled area. You're gonna massage it in for about 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, and really get your blood circulating. And then on the rest of the scalp, you can use it 3 to 5 times out of the week. So I hope that was a helpful answer for you.
Miss Royalty. Can I use any other products in combination, for example, gel?
With which can you be a little bit more specific, like which products? Because I know for specifically with our edge control, we don't recommend using it on hair that has previously like was put oil in. So like say if you had put oil in your hair last night and this morning you put the edge control, that's absolutely fine, but we don't recommend using it together with oil because the formula just doesn't do well with oil, and then you'll end up getting the flaking.
Mother of 168. What kind of moisturizer can I use with the elixir?
Oh, perfect. Our hydrating hair mist, which is a spray, it's a leave-in conditioner and moisturizer. You would apply that to your hair first because the hair elixir, which is what we have here, it is a sealant and it also thickens and strengthens hair. So you want to make sure that you're sealing in moisture and not dryness. So if you don't add moisture before the hair elixir, then you'll be sealing in dryness, and dryness is not good for hair. So you want to go ahead and use your moisturizer maybe 3 to 5 times a week, and then follow up with your hair elixir.
So Cherry Red Bone 324 asks, are all of the products safe for children? And then I have Kayla XK, is the oil safe for a 2-year-old? So I've combined them questions
Okay.
both.
So the products are safe for children 6 months and older. However, we do recommend doing a patch test, especially if this is your child's first time ever using the product or using a product like this one, just to make sure that everything is all good there. But yes, the products are safe for children 6 months and older. And so going back to protective styling, one of the biggest points I feel like we should take away from this is the fact that protective styles are ones that are low manipulation. So that means it doesn't take much, like you don't have to apply heat, you don't have to do excessive pulling, you don't have to do much to the hair that changes it, right? So that's one of the key pieces of a protective style. The second one is that it doesn't have excessive pain that's associated with it. So the second you get up from your hairdresser's chair and you feel that your head is really in pain, and I'm not talking about like, you know, just feeling a little tightness from the hairdo. If you feel like you're in pain, that is not going to be a good protective style because you may end up losing more hair than what you sat down with when you went to get your hair done. So one big indicator for me and that I tell people is like if your hair is in pain, especially around the hairline, because our hair can be really fragile around the hairline. If you're feeling pain around the hairline, it is not a good thing. One of my biggest recommendations, because I've also suffered from having my hair pulled out because of braids or like really tight hairdos, is if you can achieve the hairdo without braiding your edges, especially if you're someone who has like thinner edges or you're suffering with like a thinner hairline, I would recommend just telling your braider not to braid your edges, or telling the person who's doing your hair not to do your edges, or not to really focus on the edges. And I know as Black women, largely a lot of us on this platform are, our edges are like really important and we want to make sure that they're laid, but we can't sacrifice the health of our hair for a temporary hairdo.
Rima 11. I have horrible edges. What is your recommendation?
Our recommendation is always going to be the scalp stimulator, which stimulates growth. You would, again, use that once or twice daily, like if you're dealing with the active hair loss, balding or thinning, and you're going to massage that in 3 to 5 minutes. And then you're going to follow up with the hair elixir. After moisturizing, you're going to follow with the hair elixir to strengthen that hair, because as it's growing, you'll be able to strengthen the hair so that it'll stay, right? Like, so that we get to keep the hair that is growing. Let me see if we missed anything.
I'm trying to get the name. Precious Gem. Sorry.
Somebody said they leave their edges out. 100%. Like, don't touch my edges. I worked hard to get my little edges to where they are today, and ain't that much, but I'm gonna stick beside them.
Precious Gem 722. Do your products have rosemary?
Yes, our products do have rosemary. The scalp stimulator definitely has rosemary, and I believe the stimulating hair and scalp balm also has rosemary. So yes, and I saw a question about the balm, which is here. Let me just deconstruct that. We have a 2 ounce, and then we also have our 4 ounce here. And so the balm can be used as moisturizer. It can be used also to seal. This is shea butter based. So yeah, you can use it as a moisturizer and also as a sealant after applying your hair elixir. So it has multiple uses. Another benefit of it is for those of us who suffer with dry scalp. I'm one of those people. The balm and the hair and the scalp stimulator also help with dry scalp and dandruff, because it has properties in it that really help to soothe the scalp and also just like give your scalp some soothing, and it does really help with that.
I just had so JP writes pub. So is it the scalp stimulator first, then spray mist, then elixir?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Good job.
I like that question.
That's when you know you're learning, when you can voice it back.
Maybe you want to do wash day one more time for them, because someone said, yours truly, Marcia. I'm still a little confused. In what order should I use the products when it's wash day?
Okay, so when it's wash day, like let's say you have the Healthy Hair Starter Kit, that's going to come with the shampoo. So you're going to wash with the shampoo one time to just kind of free your hair up of all, you know, the buildup and things like that. Then you're going to go in a second time to make sure that you're absolutely clean. What I love about this shampoo is that it does not strip your hair, so your hair does not feel hard and like just like squeaky clean after, but it's a nice, good moisturizing clean. The shampoo is also a strengthening shampoo, so like I was saying earlier, it really like, for me, it works very fast to help with my excessive shedding. Like I would get so much shedding. And then you will follow it up with the conditioner. And the conditioner provides moisture to your hair that you really feel the difference after using it. You could keep that in for 5 to 10 minutes. So say if you're someone who likes to wash your hair in the shower, you can wash your hair first. And by the time you're done doing everything in the shower, you can go ahead and, you know, be done all in one, all in one shower. And so after that, you're going to follow up with the scalp stimulator. And you're going to, after you're done with all that, you're going to drop that on your scalp on the trouble areas for sure, and the rest of your scalp. You're going to do the trouble areas 1 to 2 times a day and then the rest of the scalp 3 to 5 times a day. So sometimes people ask, like, can I use the scalp stimulator if I just want to grow my hair? I want to aid in the growth of my hair. I don't really have any balding, or I don't have alopecia. Yes, so you would be somebody who would use the scalp stimulator 3 to 5 times a week. After doing that, you're gonna follow up with your hair mist, and really work it through. Detangle your hair with your detangler brush and keep a lot of hair. If you guys look at our stories, you'll see someone was really raving about how she didn't lose a lot of hair using the detangler. So you're gonna detangle, and then you kind of have two choices right now. You can follow that up with the balm, or forego the balm. But if you have the Healthy Hair Starter Kit, you will have the balm in it. And then you will finish up with the hair elixir to seal. So the balm's gonna add a little bit more moisture. You can also use it on your scalp as like a grease. You can use it on your hair as well. And then you're gonna seal with your hair elixir and then proceed with your hairdo of your choice. So whether you get in some braids, or you get in a weave, or you get in something, you probably haven't even heard of yet, you can do all of those steps in that order and get all the benefits. Somebody just said I just cut all my hair off. What do I need to use? So if you're starting new, definitely we recommend that scalp stimulator and the hair elixir combo. I always also say the hair mist because it's like that in between step. But if you have like a water-based moisturizer that you like to use on your own, then you can, use that as well. But definitely the go-to is going to be these two. They work together very well. Oh, nice. Somebody said they wrote down the steps. Also, in our highlights, there's a highlight that explains all of the steps. And I think it's called How to Use or Instructions, something like that. So if you ever forget and you need to come back to it, it will be in the highlights. It'll remain there.
Aquatic Fool. I truly don't know where to start for thickness and growth. I have three types of hair. Hold on, these comments. I have 3 types of grade of hair, being biracial. My scalp is oily, but my ends not so much. What products would you suggest I purchase?
So I definitely recommend the scalp stimulator and the hair elixir, which are these. This one right here. This is the 2 ounce. This is the 4 ounce. And the hair elixir. The really good thing about the scalp stimulator is that the oil is extremely lightweight. But if you're someone who does deal with the oily scalp, we definitely recommend just leaving it on for at least 24 hours before washing your hair. So if you're washing your hair multiple times a week, definitely allow it to stay in your hair for at least 24 hours before moving on to washing it. So you would definitely use it on your trouble areas. So wherever you see that you're having a struggle, like growing your hair, if it's alopecia, whatever it is, you want to make sure that you're hitting those trouble areas at least once daily. 1 to 2 times would be the best. And then for the rest of the scalp, 3 to 5 times a week. And then following up with the hair elixir, which seals in moisture and make sure that you can retain length. It also strengthens and thickens your hair as well, if that's something that you would like to achieve.
JP writes, Pub, I use the edge control. Should I wash it out first before putting the stimulator, or can I just apply it on top?
You don't have to wash it out. What I actually do is, and this might be the lazy girl thing to do, but I just take like a warm washcloth and wipe my edges like at the end of the day, and then I do my moisturizing and I do my scalp stimulator at that time. So I just choose when I'm gonna use it, like throughout the day, and a lot of people do it that way too because it doesn't mix well. So if you're gonna like use it in the morning, the edge control in the morning, just like do your oiling at night. And if you're just at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you can oil your hair again, just use your damp cloth and wipe it at the end of the night.
Cherry Redbone 324. Do you have any heat protected products?
Yes, our scalp stimulator, our hair elixir is actually a natural heat protectant. You can use this, to protect your hair before blow drying or before flat ironing. And if you're just getting in, we're running a promo today for 23% off your entire order. All you have to do is enter edges23 at checkout, and you can get 23% off. But it's by 11:59 p.m. Eastern time today, so make sure that you're working in the same time zone. Let's see. So any other questions? Oh, somebody said, which products would I order to grow my edges back and make my hair thicken completely up? The hair elixir for sure. Hair elixir, scalp stimulator to grow edges. I don't know if I just gave the answers to that one, but scalp stimulator and the hair elixir. Okay, and so back on to protective styling. I know a lot of people don't want to hear this one, but a protective style is going to be most protective between the weeks of 4 weeks and 6 weeks of it being in your hair. After that, it becomes a very gray area, and different things start to happen to your hair, right? Like, you probably can't moisturize it as effectively. You need to detangle it to let go of the ends that have to naturally shed, right? Not the excessive shedding, to give it a good cleanse. So it's recommended that you keep your protective style in for 4 to 6 weeks in order to really get the benefits from it, especially if you're doing a protective style like braids that, as it grows out, it starts to hang on, and it can like really, cause breakage to the hair at the roots. So you want to make sure that you can keep it in for 4 to 6 weeks. I know a lot of us don't want to hear that, but that is the recommended amount of time. Okay, I see one. Before using all the products on wash day, should our hair be damp or blow dried first? No, you can just like go ahead on to wash day, because you're gonna be wetting it in order to wash your hair. So it doesn't have to be damp first, but you do have to, of course, soak your hair and give it a good wash. Again, with the shampoo, we recommend one time for a good pass, and then second time for everything to come out that shouldn't be there, okay? And to really make it so that your hair can start accepting some new nutrients and your scalp can start to accept new nutrients.
Lover Girl Tie 98 said, how can I moisture while having a protective styling?
Okay, so our hydrating mist is going to be the thing that you want to use. I wish that I brought one of the spray bottles, like one of the other spray bottles that
the Everlasting?
Yeah. So we have also like a really nice spray bottle that if this is not doing the trick for you, you can use our Everlasting spray bottle, and that one just like keeps pumping. So you would spray your hair with this. I like to kind of run my hair through my braids, my hands through my braids after spraying, and then follow up with a little bit of the hair elixir, just like I would do with just like I would do if my hair was loose. So with a protective style, again, it's recommended to wash your hair once or twice a week, or once every 2 weeks. And this is our Everlasting spray bottle. It is super cool, and the mist comes out so well. Like, you get a lot of good coverage with it, and that's available on our site. Should my hair itch when it's growing? I have heard of people saying that their hair itches when it's growing. I'm not really sure if I have an answer there. But if you DM us, I can find out for you. How can I moisturize my hair while in a protective style? We just did that one. How often should you wash your hair with braids, and how long should the braids stay in? So definitely at least every other week with braids, and the hair should stay in between 4 and 6 weeks. And again, especially because we all woke up one day and decided that we were doing knotless braids and we were not going back to the knotted braids. Those braids do pretty well with washing every other week. Also depending on your hair texture, but
JP Wright's Pub have all her stuff. She got her spray bottle.
Yes.
She got her beard magic, her beard oil, her whole set.
So before we kind of go on, I did want to let you all know that some of the most important keys to keeping your protective style protected and keep your hair also protected is to use your satin pillowcase, because not all protective styles are used with weave, right? Like not all protective styles are used with extensions, so you definitely want to protect your hair from friction at night. So one of the key things that lets you know that your hairstyle's protected is if it's tucked in. So like the ends of your hair are tucked in, so that could be like mini twists that you put in a bun if you're using your natural hair, or even a bun, right? Like that isn't pulled back too tightly. It could be a protective style as well. And so you want to make sure that you're using your satin satin bonnet or your satin pillowcase, which we have here. It's really good for traveling purposes also. So like if you're you're going to be staying at a hotel, you can bring it with you and make sure that your hair and your skin is on point no matter where you go.
Yes, I love the pillowcase because when your bonnet falls off sometimes, still got that protection.
Sometimes them bonnets be across the room by the time you wake up, living a whole life that you have no clue about. But yeah, we definitely want to make sure that we're not rubbing up our hair on fabrics that's going to cause friction, that's going to be harsh on our hair. And the ends, we really have to protect if we want to retain the length. So if you want if you want your length to be retained, you want to make sure that you're being gentle towards them.
Miss Keisha Pollard, can the products be used on locks?
Yes, they can. We recently posted a video of someone who has locks doing a wash day, and they were also getting their hair moisturized with the balm. It can work on locks. I think of locks as like the ultimate protective hairstyle. So it definitely can work on locks. You would just do the same system as you would if you had a protective style or if your hair was loose. You will wash. Once you're washed twice, you would follow up with your conditioner, and then you would do your hydrating hair mist, your balm on top of that or on your scalp as well. Oh, I skipped a spot. I skipped a step. You would do your stimulator after the hair mist, and then follow up with your elixir on the length of your hair. A lot of people ask, what's the difference? This one for your scalp, and I'm trying to see if I'm going down my scalp, but the scalp, right? And then this one for your actual hair, so like the length of your hair. You're welcome. And if you're just joining us, we do have a special deal for 23% off. Ending today at 11:59 Eastern Standard Time. All you have to do is enter Edges23 at the end of at checkout, and you'll get your discount.
Cherrybone324, would you say using the entire line gives better results?
Definitely, 100%. Like, we always recommend people, especially if they're experiencing thinning or like stagnant hair growth, to start with the stimulator and the elixir. But everything works so much better together. Like you're gonna get your moisture, you're gonna get that stimulating, like the growth stimulating properties. You're gonna get like more manageable hair, because a lot of times our hair is just not manageable because it's not moisturized. Like you cannot comb through. When you have curly hair, when you have thick hair, when you have kinky hair, you're not gonna be able to comb through it if it's not moisturized. And a lot of times people think that that's a story for another day, that their hair is not manageable, but it's only because they're not using the right products that really give their hair the best chance to be soft, the best chance to strengthen, and the best chance to kind of deal with it, you know?
Nikki Too Blessed. What opens your hair follicles?
That's a good question, but I know our scalp stimulator does have mint and rosemary, which is definitely proven to not only stimulate growth, but has healing properties when it comes to the hair follicles. So definitely those key ingredients are going to help with healing hair follicles and stimulating growth. Somebody said they brought the t-shirts because they want to.
That's JP Rice Pub. She don't play.
I actually have the t-shirt on now.
I got the t-shirt
Let me see
too.
if I can. You guys can see. But I have the t-shirt, and it's available on our website.
Yes, I love it. Every time I get my hair blown out, I put that t-shirt on. Like, did I grow an inch? Let's see. Do you know who Kenya is? I see 2 comments saying reach out to Kenya. Maybe she DM'd you guys. I don't see a question from Kenya.
So if she DMs us, if she had a question, we'll be in DMs today. So she'll definitely get the answer to her question. Warmth definitely does help. And so like whether it's putting your hair dryer on low when you're doing your conditioning, or, you know, you're sitting under the dryer, our hair elixir actually works very well as a what's the word I'm looking for? As a hot oil treatment. I'm like staring into the beyonds, but like as a hot oil treatment, you can definitely use that, and it does assist with giving your hair more nutrients and, you know, adding that warmth as well. Many questions, but does your products work for cancer patients? We would have to, you can send us a DM to hear a little bit more about the situation, and we'll be able to help you a little bit more there.
Sherry Redbone 324. She actually good. Should mist be used on dry or wet hair?
Mist could be used on dry or wet hair because it's gonna moisturize, like it's gonna moisten your hair, so it can be used on dry or wet hair. Yeah, to detangle or just to add more moisture to your hair throughout the week.
All right, Crown the Alpha. Are you guys ever moving to facial products? By the way, I use the entire line, and it's crazy how fast my hair growth has grown.
I don't have an answer for that. I do not know.
We have Beard Magic for the men.
Yeah, we definitely do have those facial products for men, like Beard Magic and the beard oil, which helps to grow out the beard.
Oh, and somebody just asked that too. Marv OX. Can any of these products be used for beards?
So we actually have a men's line where we have the Beard Magic and we have the beard oil, and these help to thicken and grow out beards, and also gives the beard a nice, like, healthy sheen. Oop, I can't even see beyond this. But it gives the beard a nice, healthy sheen as well. So maintenance and growing out the beard. So yeah, if you have a boo, get that for your boo.
Definitely. I'm looking for...
Okay, so I see a couple questions. Can bald men use the products and get results? Yes, we have tons of reviews of men who have used the scalp stimulator and the elixir. The scalp stimulator 1 to 2 times daily and 3 to 5 times on the rest of the scalp. and the elixir to help strengthen hair after it's grown in. But I see a question about how can you wash your braids without it looking rough after? So what I recommend is washing your hair with your fingertips and not your nails. That's number one, because the nails really agitate the hair. So washing your hair with your fingertips. After you're done washing it, letting it dry. So using a microfiber towel to dry your hair so that it doesn't cause any excessive frizziness. And then also adding moisture to your hair, adding your hair elixir after, and of course you have to do your scalp stimulator. But then you want to finish up with like a mousse and tie your hair down. Do your edge control and tie your hair down, and it really works wonders. I was able to keep a set of box braids in for longer than it should have been. I was not doing as I say, I was doing as I was doing. But I was able to keep some box braids in for a good amount of time with that routine.
Someone said, I love how my eyebrows are growing from your product. And then JP Wrights Pub said, the eyelash serum, how long does it take to get results?
Also, about 3 months. But if you guys are on our page recently, we do have some reviews of like some before and afters of women using the lash serum and getting some amazing results from it. So we're coming down to like the wire here. If you're just tuning in, you can use the code EDGES23 to get 23% off your entire order. We talked today about the Healthy Hair Starter Kit and the, for the most part, the Moisturize and Seal bundle as well. For those of us who are using the products for our protective styles, you can get 23% off those entire like bundles. So if you were thinking about it, now is the time to go ahead and do that. Definitely will have enough time to get you some eyelashes by sometime. Alright, so if there's any lingering questions, if there are any lingering questions that you all didn't get answered, you can go ahead and DM them to us and we will help you out. So that is it. We'll see you guys next week for our next live. Thank you so much for coming. These are really fun and you guys have really great questions. And enjoy your weekend. Bye. Bye guys.